Now, Rousseau, while it's good to learn a little bit more about your, personal life, I don't think we need to know that. Hey, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we continued on the Miracle in District 20, and this time we'll be finishing it off our thing. I'm very good at words. Honestly, I could probably do with just the 4 of these. That's fine. Just the 4. As we wait for our 6 and 7. Or 5 and 6, rather. Oh no, we're outnumbered, technically. Oh, what are we gonna do? Skip through this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, the gnomes are always super easy to deal with. Like, they are not difficult in the slightest. Whatever. I'll take it. For whom the gnomes pack. Still nothing for Donner Heathcliff. Yeah, so now that I've had some time to look around here, this facility appears to be a gift factory. I see. So there are factories like these that produce gifts. Christmas decorations everywhere. There's just some time until Christmas, though. Sinclair looked at the ground with a somber expression. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling. I wonder if monsters exchange gifts with each other. It didn't seem like the most hospitable sort. There's a possibility that there may be contractors with multiple wings in the city. I won't say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I can see that. There's a non-zero chance of that being the case. After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belts were moving weren't your average gifts. Is that a foot? That sounds like a drawing of a foot? What's that doing there? This one is adorned with the depiction of an eyeball. These gifts appear to be made from materials that do not normally go into building these items. Their shapes are of teddy bears, crayon boxes, and toy trains. They have an abnormally high concentration of protein and phosphorus. However, the decorations and the lights are made of proper materials. They must have salvaged the waste expelled from the cities. It's obvious. GMFH. Gifts made from humans. More stuff made from human sacrifice. You see how it's so different from the city, huh? What's really concerning is who are these gifts for? Who in their right mind would want anything like these? Who knows? Rich folk with screwed up perversions? Maybe that's who they're for. So... If they're making gifts out of people, if it's Don Quixote, will the gnomes turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials. The gnomes move with haste. I've discovered the location with high probability of the presence, assuming that they haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Marceau spoke up. He pointed in a direction. There. The placard says gift assembly. Thanks, Marceau. I love Marceau. I'm really curious how his canto's gonna go. It's still gonna be a little while. It's the... not the next canto, but the canto after that is gonna be Marceau's. So we got a little bit. Yeah, still not that difficult. Gift of hatred given shape. Hey, we can finally use them again. Grab Wild Hunt, grab you, and do that sort of setup. Yeah, we're technically under-leveled, but whatever. I think I'm hearing some odd noise from in there. A rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful happenings. Can you not giggle about the sound of screaming, please? I'm familiar with this tone. This will range of the screamers in a exact match with Don Quixote's. Wait, we have to conduct a threat assessment of the combat area. The area appears to be closed off stage, which means... Otis, leave with us, he would have said as much. Said what? I think I know. How bloody frustrating. Quit whinging, pick up your tools, and get cracking. That's pretty close. Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. Meanwhile... where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up? I regret to say unto thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we are fated to become toys in that hydraulic press. It appears that when the time cometh, I shall be turned into a roly-poly toy myself that rises with every fall. Well, shut your trap and do something! Gotta get out of these binds. Say Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there were the tiniest bit of selfishness within me that I wished to procure the red sack cosplay set for myself. However, 'twas no lie that I wished to find thee in an impeccable outfit. You know, shit, I knew this was gonna happen. I was about these bonds out. At least thou shalt become an elaborate pocket watch. Damn clocks, again? I think they're gonna turn into a box of colored pencils. 24 vibrant natural colors, or so it says. We got seen living rabbit tears in a while home.
Well, they're a bit later, and let's see if I use a leading home.
The more they scream, the happier our recipients will be home. Let's getting home.
Heathcliff, Don Quixote. I'm relieved not been turned into gifts yet. Quite cozy in here. Everyone! Oh, we're here for you, Heathcliff. Clock in. Damn, I didn't think I would be glad to see a mug. So we got here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoving at the gift crawler machine press. Now viewing your straps. Descend. Look, I'm not the time to wear my heart on the sleeve, but after you say we get turned into a pocket watch, I have to say that you absolute idiots. You told one job to remember the executive manager's side. And you let yourself be captured like this? Not forget it. Alright, get a hold of yourself, you two. Manager, what now? I've got to trash this place. Come on, you ready to wear our identities? Yay, we got them back. Woo! Woo! Also, very different vibes from the two of them. They've both been freed at the same time. Don is ecstatic, and Heathcliff... I mean, there's still some pretty easy fights. I mean, honestly, things are easier with our best identities on the field. After we defeated the horde of gnomes, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be there with them, but Otis tightly pulled me to the side. I feel bad for those two. I am ready. Come on, Slatey Otis. You absolute buffoons! I would never think this is going to turn out okay. Are you even aware of the risks the executive manager took to get here? How worried they were about you two? Well, actually, Clockhead was in on it from the start. Silence! No refer to the executive manager with such derogatory language, insolent fool! 'Twas mine fault! 'Twas mine fault! My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. Otis did not seem slowed down at all with her stern scoldings. The pair felt completely silent, their heads hung low. I decided to wander away from the scene. The guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. Is Crayon doing okay? Yes. She merely lost consciousness from exposure to excessive degree of psychological shock. How did you find yourself at a place such as this? You're a human, right? You're really in the outskirts? Crayon initially appeared somewhat taken aback from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up.
So, you're really from the city? I'm from Cloudtown. It's a village on the north side of the outskirts.
Lots of monsters like those gnomes out here? Speak.
Yeah, there are many more monsters out here than the other gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. The village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back at the village by now.
So they're at your village?
Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so we normally don't get raided by them around this time of year. So I thought we were safe, but they suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance. And everyone that they killed got shoved to sacks on that sleigh. I passed out from the fight, and they thought I was dead too. Got shoved to the sacks like the rest of the villagers.
No. We forced you to talk about something couldn't have been easy for you to go through. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. Can I ask things too?
Anything.
Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors? And they have gold and silver colored crayons too?
Probably.
And there's people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that try to kill us, right? It's kinda hard to answer that, actually. Sometimes I climb a hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty colorful lights from up there. So close that I don't have enough colors by crayon box to draw them all. I wish I could live in the city. I live there and never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could happily live with all my neighbors. You've really never been to the city, huh? Yes, I see. I'm sorry? Same story everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. Death always stalks us. Wow, that was so cool. Can you say that again? That was cool? Oh, do you guys see anyone else nearby by any chance? Oh, there weren't any other humans out there. But he has to be here to save us. Who do you mean? The best hunter of Cloudtown! We got the village and the known twins of... It appears that in the outskirts there are hunters who specialize in hunting monsters. Get into wilderness of the Great Lake, that is. But wait, so if they're kidnapping and killing humans for these gifts, who are these gifts for?
Ho, ho, ho! Of course, those gifts are for poor and kind neighbors who do not cry.
There's a magic retreat! I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us. What is that thing?
I am Santata, bringer of gifts to our neighbors! Ho, ho, ho!
The guffawing giant garbage ray carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder. It was definitely not a human. That's the git! That was the boss! No, the Crimson Gob! That's the Crimson Gob that I spoke of! The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison. That's right, Sack's off it! Oh, and it's already... No, not the Reindeer-Man too! Shut it! Cut the useless chatter for once! After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice. Like your manager, since it appears to be of an intelligent species, I will attempt to parlay with it. We're best prepared for battle in the case the talks fall through. It's a good idea. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clients from the city?
Ho, 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 but we are denied entry to the city, are we not?
Is that big lump of meat a gnome too? I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time of captivity. They called that master beer giant, which I believe is not a gnome. Giant? There are all kinds of monsters out there, huh? Tansy, that's not an abnormality, is it? No, it's not an abnormality or distortion. It's exclusive to the whales.
Oh, do you yearn for gifts too? Yet your kind only owns all there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wish so dearly for that very day. The only day we are allowed joy and comfort in human gifts.
I see. You bestow out of humans and give them to those who harbor hatred for humans. That'll the pure goodness of your heart.
Yeah, where all those who have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow. We pour our infinite hatred into packing these gifts. Ho, ho, ho.
By the verbose way of saying I refuse to negotiate.
Ho, ho, ho. Why don't you come here and join us? Become joy to those who need it.
Because I don't want to get turned into a gift. I feel like it's pretty obvious.
Gift-giving giant.
I imagine this is still going to be a pretty easy mission, all things considered. Even though this one isn't, it's a focus encounter, it's very easy. I'm just going to skip to wave 3, because that's when Sintata will actually show up. Well, spoiler, I guess. Well, I'll speed through it instead of skipping. I just used the thing for the ego just because we were running a little bit low on the turn count, but we should still be fine. Sintata is also pretty easy. He does have a high rolling skill if you leave him alive for too long, but it's still not even all that difficult. I guess, sure. Yeah. We're probably fine. Especially if we're lowering his sanity. I mean, we can tell that he's at least human enough because he does have sanity. So, yeah, not a distortion or abnormality. Or robot, I suppose. $420 damage to do in 2 turns. Which, honestly, we should be good. What am I missing? Next turn I'll be able to use the ego again. So we'll just use the ego. Or we'll just use in the name of love and hate. It'll be a negative coin, which I can just overclock, it's fine. But we might not even, no, we're not even gonna need it. He'll be dead this turn, especially because he's staggered on the body. Gift Sack doesn't actually have any attacks. Well, he might not die this turn. Yeah, no, done next turn, I think. Yeah, 78. Let's get back and can do quite a bit of damage, but it's really the only thing that is of any problem whatsoever. And even then, it's a stretch to say that'll be a problem. Did I need to do this? Absolutely not. But better safe than sorry, I suppose. And if everyone else dies, that is a sacrifice that I am willing to make. See, we're all good. That was only anything close just because I win rated the first couple turns.
Humans, I'll separate the flesh from your bones!
Sana's guts suddenly began to expand.
All of you, hold your breaths!
Suddenly a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looked like a stake to Santana's gut. "'Tis the smell most foul. I think I'm about to pass out." A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Some sinners dropped to the floor while others gagged profusely. Clearly this was a rather painful experience for all. This gas does not appear to be toxic. However, its scent seems to evoke a rather extreme levels of discomfort.
So I've defeated the Northern Giant. You don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterward. You answers for the city.
Proper procedure?
Immediately before death, the Northern Giant's body fills with noxious gas will explode in a rain of acid.
The man who stakes Santana's gut explained as he approached us.
You have to puncture a hole in its gut to let out the gas before its internal organs condense into acidic fluid. Allowing it to cause a chain reaction could complicate things.
I was win-rating those first couple turns because of I want to get Kanto 7 prepped, just because we're probably not gonna get Manager Don Quixote, and I want to show off the unique things with that in the dungeon. Stench will come off now. Who's that now? Mr. Domino! Crayon, who'd been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him.
At least you're safe, Crayon. It's good.
After the stumbling for a moment, due to the stench most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Hey, you.
Identify yourself. Name's Domino. I'm on for Cloudtown. I don't suppose I can go to town anymore, now it's just me and Crayon left.
Last don't even think further than any of you. So the hunter the girl mentioned. Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She's only down a wall and looked to the floor in relief.
Normally, around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. So I was on an expedition to help them out. It looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. And I returned, they'd already finished their raid on the village and left. Damn it, used to be a predictable attack and we only got before Christmas.
Do these tragedies happen often?
Though I can't speak for the city, I can say it's a common occurrence at the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live, if you can call this living. Survival alone is a miracle out here.
Are there a lot more places out here like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory?
No, I can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else, but I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. It's natural order things out here in the outskirts. I do wonder sometimes. If we're in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, it must be better than this Riverdale.
There's no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live, what he's telling me is anything to go by, but the city they admire so much isn't such a warm place itself, one I've seen in my journey so far at least. Then it accompanied us back to the city, where Don Quixote stopped himself, realizing that every other citizen was giving her a look of disapproval.
Thank you for kind words, at least. Wish it were that easy. In fact, at least let this child out of the city somehow just like that. But the city has no place to spare for this child, not even a small corner of it.
Even if you were to somehow make it past the city's walls, there are countless variations of paperwork and procedure you must overcome before you can live the kind of life you desire.
What people like us even do with such paperwork? Well, we find them out there. And we're not study to work to try to find a job in the city as some youths of the other villages do.
Mister... There's an uncomfortable silence.
Domino cleared his throat and continued. I must still accept my gratitude for keeping the girl safe until my arrival.
I know a good way to extend your gratitude. You can send us a nice pouch of shiny and jangling bag of... Rhodey's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point. Something shiny and jangling. She'll never give you a 2 hours of man to take out until keep her home. Better to start himself from locomotive tracks at the outskirts. That's something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure. Comes from the outskirts. Tour alone could be worth more than just pure cash. Faust, there's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right? Indeed. It is in fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I'm going to quickly return to the bus now that our 2 primary objectives have been secured. So she says.
You permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager. Even if it's not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. Its curiosity cannot be reasoned for us to risk getting stranded in this environment. So go worry about what back. Well then, catch! Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction. Does not appear to be anything dangerous. Expect it further after we return. Mustn't dally any longer than we have to. Good idea. Some sisters had passed out and had to be carried by others. Most could not stop gagging at the stench, but we still made our way back to the door. The doors remained open. We made it back to the safe of Mephistopheles. Sometime later. Boo. Stinky. Charon, evacuate. Evacuate. Charon quickly made her escape to the decks. And Virgilius greeted us in the cabin with a terrifying gaze. Looks like everyone's had quite the adventure. Covered in blood and guts, and with a disgusting stench to boot. This is... Manager, I can't hear you anyway. So just reply to my query with a nod or a shake. Your reply is better matching with my expectations, of course. I have but one question. Was it you who made the call? I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me, but it was I who decided to go along with their plan. So now I've had without my authorization. Good. Then my question is over. Huh? I'll leave it to you to deal with this mess. You and rest afterward. Please, do something about this foul stench. Well then. That Virgilius disappeared into the back door once again. That's unexpected. That my time would finally come. Be glad, the best consultation is a consultation not had indeed. Alas, behold one and all! I don't know when she had the time to pick it up in all that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles. Can you pick that up? That up from all that mess? I've laid claim upon the evil nose trinkets. That's some real commitment. What's all that for? Ah, thou truly unaware of mine intentions? It's for adorning your tree with Christmas decorations. Wait, now? But we're still like 3 months away from Christmas. Agreed. It's not worth peeling old wounds. Lower the morale of our company is... Oh, it's okay. I've been getting better with time, little by little. Yeah, we can all go beyond it, eventually. Marvelous. Then this appears to be an occasion most fit for a party, then! What say you? Tell me you went through all that trouble for some party decorations. According to Dante's explanation, this incident was spurred on by Heathcliff's need for an outfit. Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat with his face buried in his palms. Out of shame, most likely. Verily, verily. Yet that very costume we had sought was worn by none other than the monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow. Forget it. That's the kind of look I was going for anyway. What I say, Heath? Well, happy hours will end, okay? Yeah, if it's one thing, yeah, but the, speaking of the portrait we sailed past. Fortunately, which is a hair salon that printed those hair coupons to conduct their business. Coupons could not be used, as the portrait was now an uncharted route. Leave it to me to style your hair. I do my sisters and younger siblings' hair pretty often. I don't know how long we've floating on this time, like, anyway. Besides, maybe now I'll dress myself for I was gonna attempt the trial and error method. Okay, but can you at least tell us what it is that Virgilius gave you, so that we know what exactly you're so anxious about? Yeah, sod it. After a deep, heavy sigh, he produced a letter. That's the something Virgilius gave you? Ah, I remember. I found these in envelope before. It's made from really expensive paper, made only in limited quantities at a time. It's quite a luxurious envelope. Can we read it, Heath? Sure, it's nothing impressive. Dante, why don't you read it out loud for the rest of us? Sure. Rocha handed me the letter. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. I began reading. From Wuthering Heights. We cordially extend you, honored guests, an invitation to the redacted. What's this here? Some color over part of the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. Venue, Wuthering Heights, T. Corp Nest. Should you accept this invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th with this letter in your person. Please honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nellie. Oh, and down here's a postscript. Some different handwriting for the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. I had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of being colored over, but clearly the rest of the contents letters had stoked the fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So, we're gonna look fashionable in class for this Kathy person, right? Oh yeah, there's more to it than... Shh, quiet now. Now I can clearly see why you're so impatient, Heath. Well, why are you looking at me like that? Oi! Leave it up to you to style his hair, Master Hairdresser Hongloo. I wouldn't call myself a master. Oi, wait, why are you taking me? Ah, what in the bloody hell is this grip? Yeah, Roger's got quite the grip strength. You won't free yourself from her anytime soon. The two sitters practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms disappeared to the back door. Now Heathcliff's fate was sealed, to be a mannequin to a now motivated and unbearably bored Roja's various experimentations. Like I miss trinket here. Dunkerty began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the bus.
I decided to go up the deck for some air. Leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The one doll Domino the Hunter gave me was her to the left. I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked to the distance toward where the outskirts lie. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giants, the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too. Stories different from those in the city. Faust approached from behind me and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much what I said she heard. Follow the stars, Dante. Star by star. Then you'll one day learn. So for now, follow the closest star that shines before your eyes. Yeah, I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even know who I am really, after all. Joyous laughter and frustrated howls echoed out the cabins. They must have finished dressing Heathcliff. I'm gonna take a look at how Heathcliff's doing, Faust. You make a rather tempting offer, Dante. The added color to the bus interior warmed my heart a little. Vehicle in District 20 is fine. It's fine. And that's really all. There's better, there's worse. Regardless, that will do it for this time, and next time, we will continue on to the next interval. This will, this kind of, is basically the pattern that the rest of the game, well, that follows for a little bit. This season is going to most likely, well, possibly, not most likely, possibly be a little bit different. Where they'll have a more humorous intervallo, followed by a more serious intervallo. 2 intervallos, and then, yeah. Again, things will probably be a little bit different in Season 8, or Season 6, whatever fucking season we're on, Season 6, Canto 8, that's what I mean. With the Arknights collab being intervallo-sized. So. Regardless, next time, we will possibly be getting to yield my flesh to clean their bones, because there is, the second Walpurgis Night is an actual mission, if I recall. Yes, it is. Until then, see you guys later.